put it together with some of the mounts out of the box in this sort of right angle elbow type style. The one on the top there turns the angle of the hinge so that it can go the other way and go side onto a helmet. So all I need to do now is to stick this to the side of my helmet. That sticky back mount is supplied, of course, so I just need to put it on the side somewhere about there. Now this mount, if I've got it like this, will enable me to put it up and down, left and right, twist it, basically get it pointed exactly how I want. Now, the only interesting thing is I've got to figure out how to put this on, what angle to put it at, but luckily I've done that already in the past. When I put my contour mount, it goes on this side, you can see it sort of points upwards at about a 45-degree angle. Not what you'd expect. You'd expect to put it straight, but because I've done it before, I now know that I'll need to put this about a 45-degree angle on the side. Ideally, you'd let this sort of stick overnight or something, but since this is the first sunny day I've had in weeks, I was in a hurry to get out and about. Now, one thing I noticed when I started tightening this up was that you can't tighten it up. However much you twist those things, it's still flexible. Now, there's a reason for this. It's the way they've constructed those joints. Of course, you could get the official ones from the camera that looks a lot like this and replace them all, but you can use the ones out of the box if you know what to do. So what you have to do, of course, disassemble them, and then you'll see why the problem exists. It's too shiny here. It's never going to grip on a shiny surface like that, so you need to rough it up with a bit of sandpaper. So I went through it all and scratched every single joint on the inside and the out so that it had a rough surface, so that when you tighten it up, it's got something to grip against, a bit of purchase, and it will hold it in place. And sure enough, once I put it all back together, tightened it up, the camera did now hold in place wherever I put it. If I hadn't done that, it would have just blown around in the wind and no doubt ended pointing up at the sky or something. One thing I don't like about these boxy type cameras is the way they look. They make you look like an absolute idiot. They do work well, but they just look stupid. I much prefer the way that a camera like a Contour mounts to the side of a helmet, quite flush to it rather than sticking out like this. Now, one thing I need to point out, the time and date at the bottom is of course wrong. This footage was taken on the 16th of February 2014. The reason that it's wrong is because I'd taken the battery out of the camera a few days earlier, put it back in and forgot to reset the time. And of course, with this camera, if you want, you can turn off that timestamp as well. Now, I'll just let you listen to the sound a minute, because this is the sound with the waterproof door on the back of the camera.